disconnected.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Woodzman Adventures. Today on the Jeep Wrangler, I'm going to install a dash cam. I've had a couple different dash cams. I have one cheap one that was a total piece of junk. You don't want to buy one of them. I don't even know. I don't think it even had a brand name. Then I have the Drift for a dash cam, the Drift Ghost, and it worked, but it wasn't good. It's not that the video wasn't good, but it had a lot of problems. It messes up. You know, sometimes it wouldn't come on. Sometimes it stayed on too long and wouldn't shut off. So anyway, the Drift is a nuisance. So I decided, I looked and looked and looked to find the best dash cam I could find. So anyway, I got online and I've looked and searched, researched. I've watched videos and reviews and everything, and trying to find the best dash cam I could find. I wanted 1080p, I wanted 60 frames per second, I wanted front and rear camera bolt to cover both ends, and there's different options out there, but I decided that the best on the market was the Blackvue. And so what I got was the Blackvue. This is their flagship model. This is the Blackvue DR750S 2CH, which you can see right here. Let me turn it over. There's the box with the model number on it. So this is the one that also comes with a 32 gig card. You can actually get it with different cards in it. That's a different option with bigger cards, but this is the one with the 32 gig card. Of course, it has the front camera and the rear camera. And then also, I got the Power Magic battery pack B112. I got that with it also. You can get one that hardwires into your vehicle, and or you don't even have to use the option. You can just use the camera by itself, plug it in the cigarette lighter. When you start the vehicle, it automatically comes on and records. I wanted it because the accessory outlet shuts off, of course, when you shut the vehicle off, so I wanted it to stay on all the time when I'm parked somewhere and record. And you can get the hardwire model that would do that, but I opted for the battery, and the reason why is if I decide to move this to something else temporarily, like my pickup or whatever, I could use this battery pack and not have to hardwire every time to have that feature. So this battery pack, I believe full charge, I believe it says it will last 11 hours. So that would be super good. It also has a couple USBs on it, so you can charge your cell phones or your iPads, whatever, on there also. So that's also a handy feature about the battery pack. And just mounts in there, and you plug your lighter plug from the camera into this, which I'll show you. We're going to do an install of the front camera, then we'll do the rear camera, then we'll route the wire through the Jeep Wrangler. This is a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, and it should be a fairly easy install, really. Alright guys, here we are inside the Wrangler. We'll try to find a good place behind the rear view mirror to mount this thing. I'll show you what's in the box also before we get started, and then we'll go ahead and get the camera mounted here, the front one. Then the rear, we'll go ahead and mount it. Then we'll figure out the wiring, where to run the wires. So let me show you the camera first, and then we'll get started. Okay, we'll take the top off the box here. Now, I've already had this open, so it won't notice exactly like coming back from factory. But you can see there's your front-facing camera, your rear-facing camera, and we'll pull these out. Grab hold of them just like that, pull them out. Lay this one aside. Here's our rear camera, and all it has on it, it has a little cover right here you can see that pops off. And then on the right here, it has a place to plug in the cable from the front to the rear. And then it has a sticky pad right here, so you find a good clean surface and stick it to it on the back. Make sure you can see it can rotate just like the front one. To get it rotated where you want it. So we'll put that on the back here in a little bit. Let's do the front one first. On the front one is exactly the same way. It's a bigger pad, of course, because it's a heavier unit. And then we have a cover over the lens right here, which just slides off. plastic cover. And then we have the camera itself right here. You push this tab here, pull this off, and then what you get to here is your Wi-Fi password or your SSID, and then right back here on the back you got the cover. You get this options button here to use. I'll tell you about the options when we turn it on. This here's the 32 gig memory card that's already actually plugged in. Just push it in until it clicks, and this here is where we plug in the cable that will run to the rear camera. Snap the cover back on, and it has a film over it, so we'll just go ahead and get rid of that. Roll that film off there, and then what we need to do is have this on here. Slide it back on. Slide it back on the right way helps. Okay, then what we got to do is find a place where this thing's going to mount up there and not be obstructing our view, or a good tucked up place hidden will be nice if it's hidden from the public. Maybe a chance to not get it stolen either. But what this thing has is has a light on the front too that flashes, has a light on the rear. You can turn these lights off in the options on the app and make it where it's more discreet and people won't see the light flashing. There's a twofold to that. Some people want the light flashing because people will see, hey, he's got a camera, let's stay away from that one. Or you got a light on. Some people say, you know, you got your light on, well, they see it, it's a good thing to go steal, you know, because it stands out with the light flashing. So I think I'll leave the light off on mine. So let's find a place to put it up here by the windshield. All right, up here, I think the best place, the option is going to be, you don't want it behind where anything's going to block the view of it. So I think the best place is going to be on the Jeep Wrangler is right here on the right side, about like that. So I'll peel the tape. I've already got the windshield good and clean, and I can stick it up there, and then we can adjust it to the right tilt. They say you want to put it on there and you want it to, instead of just horizontal, you want about 10% down or 10 degrees, whatever. But you want it tilted down just a little bit. And so we'll stick it on there, and then all you do is just rotate this thing, rotate this inside the body. It's real simple. And when you want to release it, to pull it out, you just push this button that's on the bottom right here, and then you pull your unit out if you want to take it inside. So let me go ahead and stick that thing up there. All right, now you could actually do this without the camera in the mount. I just want the camera in the mount when I do it, so I get it in the right location. I don't want to stick it and then have to take it off. I want to make sure it's right to start with, so I don't have that problem. So I want it level for one thing, and I'm just going by the top of the Wrangler up here so I can see that it is good and level by the mount. And then right there we'll push it, stick it on good, and then I'll actually pull this out, and then I can actually push the bracket on a little better without the camera. I don't want to break something. So, and then we can just tilt it like I said. You just turn it right here and tilt it whatever you want it at. Right there is about horizontal, so we want it probably one notch down will be good. So as I said, push this button, slide your camera out just like this, get your camera out of the way. Now we can take this thing and push it on there a little better. Make sure it's good and stuck, not going to come off. Okay, now what you do is, if you can unplug the power and the cable going back to the rear, and no problem accessing the button, the Wi-Fi format button. That's what that's for. But to remove your SIM card, you'll need to unplug the two cables. Actually, probably just this one here. Pull your door down out of the way, and then you can remove your SIM card. I don't plan on removing the SIM card. Most of the time I believe I'm just going to be taking the video off of this with the iPhone app and take it off onto the iPhone, so that'll work pretty good. Let me stick it back up in here. Alright, now we got the camera all mounted up there good, nice and solid. Now we can go ahead and mount the rear camera. Alright, so we're mounting the rear camera on the Wrangler. This is a tinted glass, so I hope it works pretty good through the tint. I'm sure the tint is definitely going to be a little different than if it was clear, but there's not any way around that really. So find a location where it's not in the sitting in front of where the wiper is when it's off, or one of these you got strips here for the defroster for the back glass, so you don't want one of those strips in the way of your camera lens. So I'm gonna have to find a place where it's not going to be in one of those. It's also not going to be in front of the wiper or anything. It looks like to me the only location is going to be about right here, which is missing everything. So we'll go ahead and stick this thing on and have it ready. Remember to remove your cap. You don't want to leave that on there when you got it installed. We're going to go ahead and remove this film off here too, just like we did on the front one. I cleaned this window, but I just want to make sure with a microfiber cloth that it's good and clean where I'm going to stick this. There's actually a pretty good location right here, maybe. I think it's going to be a real good location that kind of puts it totally hidden out of the way. We just got to watch that your when you fold this down, that nothing interferes with it, and it won't. We don't want to make sure these rods or anything interferes with the cable that's going to be coming out of this thing. So I think right here is a really nice location, and as a line there I can make sure that it's straight. What you have to do is you can remove this camera, clean your lens every so often with a microfiber. Just lightly clean it, and clean the windshield front and rear, so you'll get real clear vision. Because this thing has extremely good picture. Has a 1080p 60 frames on the front, 1080p 30 frames on the rear, so you're going to have real extremely clear picture. Right there we got it mounted. Now we just have to look when the glass is down, make sure that it's tilted correctly, which is extremely hard to see because these windows are pretty dark. I'm just hoping my camera works good through this tint. I believe it'll work, just don't know how clear. I may have to look inside here to see how it's tilted. Okay, right there I believe I got it tilted where I want it. I want it just a little bit downhill so it's not straight out, and I still have room to run my coax through here. Should be plenty of room to leave some space to run it, and we'll get that sucker installed. Alright, now here we are. We're going to go ahead, before we run the cable, I'm going to go ahead and just install this battery pack. I believe there's a location here we can put it on the side of the console, and so let's take it out of the box. As I've said, I've already opened these boxes and stuff, so the battery pack, real nice, black. As you can see, I told you it's got USB ports. It's got the DC in, which is where it'll have a plug here. We plug into the cigarette lighter, or the accessory outlet, I'm sorry. And then right here is where we plug in another one that has a female, and our dash cam lighter plug will plug right into that. Also, I'll show you that it does come with a bracket on the bottom right here, which it clips nicely into so you can remove it. And this here will Velcro, has a Velcro pad that comes with it, and we'll Velcro it to the console. If we ever want to remove it, unsnap it, take it right out. Alright, so right here on the Wrangler, right here on the side of this, the dash, the console with the thing I got on here is not enough room, so I believe right here on the bottom part of this dash ought to be a good location to mount it. And then it will also be facing up where I got access to my USBs if I want to use it to charge cell phones, and then my wires right there. So let's go ahead and get the stuff. I'll take an alcohol pad and clean both sides real good, then use the Velcro to get it installed. Alright, I took my microfiber cloth, put some alcohol on it, and cleaned the spot real good where I'm going to mount it. I also took the back of the bracket for the battery, and I cleaned it with alcohol real good so it will stick. Inside the box here, we open it up the rest of the way, and we have this big Velcro pad stick on both sides that we mount the bracket with. Also, we have the lighter plug cord right here, and it will attach right here, DC in. And this will go to our accessory outlet on our dash. And then right here, this is the output, which will go to the dash cam. And we plug it in right here. It's got a little locking tab, so you turn it the right way, snap it in. And then this is where we'll plug in the adapter for our dash cam. So I want to go ahead and put the bracket back on here. So when I mount this, I'll get in the right location. If I mount it with the bracket first, I may not have it where this whole thing fits, so I want to actually mount it with the battery on it. And then when it's on there, it'll be in the correct location. Go ahead and peel this off. Probably some really good stuff, I would imagine. It also does come with 4 screws. If you don't want to use the Velcro, or if the Velcro doesn't hold, it turns loose on you, you can mount it. It comes with 4 screws, and you can mount it with the 4 screws right there in these holes to that, mount the bracket. So we're going to try with the Velcro first and see if it'll stay. Like so. And we'll peel this one off. And we'll bring this in here and stick it on right there. Now I'm just hoping that this is a flat enough surface to actually stick it and stay on. If not, I'll have to use the screws later. But we'll see if it stays on there when the Jeep warms up and the heater's on and everything. It may come unstuck. But one thing you don't want to do with these is mount it where the heat is directly blowing on the battery pack. That way you don't overheat the battery. So mount it where your heat vents are not blowing on it. Now this cord here, we'll plug in right here to the accessory outlet. I'll route the cord later a little better, make it look better. That will put that on there to keep the battery charged when the vehicle's running. Keep the battery charged, and then right here we'll plug in our camera. So let me get the cord and hook up the camera. Alright, inside the box that the camera comes in, take this part out. Then we have the owner's manual, which is really a good owner's manual. Most owner's manual ain't worth nothing, but this is a it's a quick start guide, but it's still actually pretty good. It's good detail, shows you a lot. But you can look online too and go to the website and learn more about it. Take the accessories out of here. In here we have, this is our cord that will go to the back. I'll be using my right angle cord up here probably, and the straight one in the back. But should be long enough. I'm not sure, I didn't look how many feet on the specs and see how many feet this cord is, but it should be plenty long to reach back there. And then in here, in this bag, we have a pry tool, which is nice to pry under trim and stuff. You're going to run it up under your trim and to install the cable, so this is pretty handy. We also have some more sticky pads here for the rear and front cameras. That's the case that the card came in, the SD card. So what we need out of here right now, another cool thing I liked is it come with, because I don't actually have one, but it comes with this little adapter where you can plug in your SD card and then plug it in USB in your computer to take the pictures off. So it's really neat, small. And then it also comes with some little clips for your cable that runs to the rear. You can stick these on, their double-sided tape also. You can stick these on along the way in different places to run your cable if you need to, if there's places where it's not going to be under the trim. And so that's really nice. Here's the cord, of course, we want. This is what we're going to plug into the camera right here, and then we'll have to route the wire down around to where it'll be out of the way. So we take that off, straighten it all out and make sure it's not tangled anywhere. Plug in our power right there, and then we're going to find a place to go up under the trim here and down. Actually, I'm going to go down the pillar here, I believe, and around and under the dash, and then connect into my battery pack. tilt the camera up, or maybe you can see what I'm doing here. But I'm using this pry tool, sticking it right up under the trim. And actually, this pry tool is great. It really works good. Just be careful when you're prying on this and don't pinch your wire. You don't want to damage your wire, your coax for your rear, or your power wire for your front camera. Your rear camera is powered off of the front camera through that same cable. So you only have to run the one cable to the rear. We'll run this down the side here. Try to find a nice way to do it. Alright, now I'm going to take this, plug it right down here into my battery pack. Like so. As soon as I plugged it into the battery pack, because I had already charged it, the camera come on. You can see the GPS light comes on. And the first thing it does is it downloads the firmware off of that onto the SD card. And then it will start recording. It said starting normal recording, so it's ready to go. I'll go ahead and unplug that before I hook up the back, and then I can plug it back in when I get the rear hooked up. And then I'll take and zip tie my wires up under the dash, real nice and neat up out of the way, so they won't be interfering in anything. So now I want to undo this one here. And on this Wrangler, I'm not sure where exactly I want to run it through the back. Have to find a way to route it, but it does have this padding and this zipper padding over the roll bars, so I believe I can unzip this and run it right down through that padding all the way to the back, so that'd be pretty handy on the Wrangler. You also have to remember that whenever you were going to remove the top, the rear part of the whole top, that you're going to have to unplug the camera, because the camera will be going with the top. You won't have the rear camera whenever the top is off back there. Alright everybody, got everything installed, got the cable ran, which I ran it through the padding, unzipped it and just ran it through the padding pretty much all the way back, and then easy connection, plugged it in there, so got my wires all tucked up on the dash, front and rear's mounted. Okay, now we take our iPhone and we go to the Apple App Store and download the Blackvue app, and I already have it downloaded right here. It's on that side. What we're going to do first is we turn it on, click on settings. As you can see, I'm connected to the Apple Airport, and the one I want to connect to is the Blackvue right here. Shows your Blackvue camera, and then when you connect to it, you'll enter the password, which is the password that's on the camera where I showed you. You slide it off, take it out, and the password and the SSID is right there. So click on that. Okay, we'll click on Blackvue right here, which I'm already actually got my password in. So it's going to connect to the Blackvue's Wi-Fi. Right there, we're connected. Now, go back out of here, and we'll open the Blackvue app right there. And on the app, you have different things you can do. You can do your cloud, you can do the internal memory in here. You can also click on the Blackvue Wi-Fi, which is what I'm doing right now. And on the Blackvue Wi-Fi, let me get where I can see this camera better. We have right here, we can click on camera. It shows our videos right here that's recording. And what it has is the little arrow pointing toward the front of the Jeep. That's a video of the front camera. This one's showing the rear. You can see this one above it is showing the front. So if we click on that, it's going to show us a video that's recorded on the front. Click on that one here, it's going to show us different ones, rear, front, all the different videos. If we click on this right here, the little camera icon, then it shows us our front camera. Also right here, you can see it shows the little picture of the vehicle and the back, pointing toward the back, which is your rear camera. So if you click on that, it shows your rear camera. And if we click on this right here, it makes it go full screen. So you can see, and that's going through the tint. extremely clear picture. I'll upload some videos on the next one. I'm going to make some videos of showing how good the quality is, and hopefully we'll get some catch something good on video. So we click back on this. That says it rotates it back. We click on this one right here. You see the little arrows pointing toward the front. Click on that. It's showing our front camera again. And we can click on this same thing again. Right here. Rotates it. I'm on the rear. Sorry. There. Like so. Shows our front view, which is extremely clear too, which I'm not out on the road, but you can see shining up against the house what the video is like, extremely clear. So like I say, I'll upload some videos after I record some and use it a little bit. I'll upload some videos and show how good the video is, and hopefully we'll catch something good on it. And then there's lots of videos on there going through the settings and stuff about it, but I will make a video later after I learn the app a lot more, so I'm comfortable with it, and I'll show you all the settings on the app. And my camera just said parking mode on because it's set there long enough. We're not driving, so it goes into parking mode. Alright, that's the Blackvue DR750S 2CH, which is 2-channel front and rear camera. I'll post a link to Blackvue below where you can check them out. And if you're going to get a dash cam, don't do like I did and go cheap the first time. Get a good one to start with, and you won't be upset about it. Because this thing should do extremely good videos. And but I'll make a video showing you some other stuff later. Thank you all for watching Woodzman Adventures. Please click the thumbs up on this video. I got lots more other cameras that I have, not dash cams, but other cameras and stuff to do videos of. So more travel trailer, more Africa Twin, more Jeep Wrangler videos. So click the thumbs up, click subscribe if you're not a subscriber to Woodzman Adventures, and click the little bell on there and you'll get a notification every time I post a video. So thank you all for watching, appreciate it. Catch you all in the next video. Right on.